Machado de Assis is best known for being Brazil's greatest novelist of all times for writing Dom Casmurro and Memoirs Póstumas de Brás Cubas, or the posthumous memories of Brás Cubas. But what you maybe don't know is that Machado de Assis also wrote Gothic fiction, and he was the translator of Edgar Allan Poe into Portuguese. Interested? Then come with me. Hi, I'm Ariane Saltoris, and this is Halls in the Forest. I am a folklorist and a Gothic fiction scholar, and here I share with you all things eerie, from scary, dark folk tales to Gothic fiction from all over the world. Today, we're talking about Machado de Assis. Machado de Assis was a black man. He was born in 1839 to a poor family in Morro do Livramento by a washerwoman mother and a house painter father. It was very common for Brazil to try to whitewash Machado de Assis, even in commercials for television. But he was a black man. BB, black and brilliant. He was athletic, he stammered, he never attended university, and yet he taught himself Latin, French, English, and German. And life is too short to learn German. Believe me, I live in Berlin. Eventually, he became the founding figure of the Brazilian Academy of Letters, and he moved to a very noble neighborhood in Rio called Cosme Velho, was known as the Wizard of Cosme Velho. Unfortunately, like it was the case for many writers at the time and today, he was always struggling financially, though he wrote so much and was so greatly admired even to his time. Unfortunately, he kept struggling financially throughout his life, and he's known to have left society when his wife died because he was so depressed. And this is the story of Machado de Assis, who, as I promised, also wrote Gothic fiction, which is something we don't always talk about. It still is today a kind of a problem, not looking in retrospect. When we look in retrospect, we have the great classics, and we talk about Oscar Wilde, and we talk about all these beautiful Gothic stories as important, such as Frankenstein, Gothic slash science fiction slash genius. But to the time, they were bad fiction, and today, when we write Gothic, we are still bad fiction. Isn't that a thing? Machado de Assis wrote eerie stories such as The Skeleton Without Eyes, and a very tragic story I remember particularly about a man who was a headhunter searching for, or he made his money hunting enslaved people who were runaways. And at the end, he catches a woman who was supposed to bring a lot of money because her master was paying great money for her. And she was pregnant, and he had to catch her because he needed the money to keep his own infant and stop him or his family from giving the baby to the church and for adoption. A tragic story in many, many ways, and Machado was very deep and a great critic of his time with a wonderful dark vein. So this was the story about Machado de Assis and his eerie period. There's a list of Machado de Assis dark stories, which I hope to bring you with my publishing company, Caipora Books, in English, so you can enjoy the eeriness of this really, really great novelist. So his legacy lives on. From me, a Brazilian fan of Master Machado de Assis, to you, an international fan, hopefully. I hope you enjoy the content of the channel. Go around, browse the channel, watch the other videos, subscribe, like, and share, and help me spread stories not many people know. I see you next time.